In today's video, I'm going to take you guys through my full live trading session. I'm going to show you guys my entries, my exits, my thought processes behind them, and overall keep you guys up to date on what I'm currently teaching my private team on how to trade. Good morning. Yesterday, we made too much money, and then I did some research that we can lose money to bring down our day P&L. So that's exactly what I did. Yesterday we made $1,700, but that would be over the 50% consistency rule mark. So I filmed a video trying to bring down the $1,700 mark down from $1,700 to be below $1,500. In doing so, I'm too profitable of a trader because I accidentally brought it up to $2,800. So I made $1,000 trying to lose money. But eventually, I finally lost enough money to bring it down underneath the $1,300. And now today, instead of having to trade more than or gain more than like $500, I guess, to pass, now I only have to make $300 or $280 to pass the combine. So we're going to start off with this, see if we can get a quick $300 trade to pass this combine, and then I'm going to hop on my CFD account and start trading on that. So top-down analysis of US 30, the Dow. We're tanking down, we're showing signs of rejections off of this support level yet again, like yesterday, and we're finally pushing up to this area again, which we rejected off of yesterday, and we have had strong rejections off of the past 2 days. Let's go down to the smaller time frames. So there's nothing to tell us that we're going to be rejecting off of it just yet, besides this first hour candle close. It is Friday before Christmas, so you would think that they would want to like boost the US 30, the top 30 stocks in US before then. But I'm thinking that it'll probably reject back down again. Looking at this data, face value, it's more probable that it's going to reject off of this price area yet again than it is going to break through it. But the thing is, with price being like this, and with it rejecting off of this price area so many times, off of it, using it as a support level right here, and then using it as a massive resistance area the last couple days right here, is that the more times it rejects off of a price area or a support and resistance level, the weaker it becomes. So that's something we got to consider when taking a trade off of this area, is that it could continue pushing up, because it is getting weaker the more significant rejections happen off of it. Let's go on to the 5 minutes, see if there are any entries off of it just yet. I think volatility will die down pretty quick because it is Friday and it is the week before Christmas. But if we get some sort of rejections here, I'm just going to sell it right now, just like as like a FOMO entry, just because like we're at the top of this little 5 minute consolidation zone. We've had rejections off of it already. So I'm just looking to get a quick buck and pass this combine. How much do I need? I need like $300, whatever. I'll put 300 in and I'll put my stops. I'll go 1-to-1 on this trade. So if this trade doesn't work out, then we'll probably wait for a bigger rejection area off the top here somewhere to do something like that. So this is like just a quick in and out trade since we've had a couple rejections here, and this is a little 5 minute key consolidation zone. So the most probable thing that it's going to happen right now is that it's going to bounce down like that. And that's what we're hoping for, to get that $300 and then be done with this combine and then get on to the XFA and then start making actual profits. But the thing is, if it does bounce back up, it'll probably find another rejection area here and then continue pushing back down. So already we're up $70. We're just hoping for it to bounce down and continue bouncing down for it to hit my take profit for $300. And like on like a 50K account, it shouldn't be too hard to make $300. Like if I loaded up more contracts, we would probably already be up around $200, but I'm not going to do that when I'm this close to passing it. especially after that fiasco yesterday of trying to lose $200 and then making $1,000 in doing so. And at one point, I had to trade over $1,500 of the initial profit target because I made $2,800 when you're only allowed to make like $1,500 or whatever. So hopefully this continues pushing down. Already up $100. I want it to have a quick snap down, get us out of the trade, and then we can be done with this and then start trading my live Fusion Markets account. I'm going to go grab my coffee quick. My wife got me this for a Christmas present. It's like a 30-ounce coffee mug. Pretty damn incredible. If you guys drink a lot of coffee like I do, get yourself a massive coffee mug like this. I'm thinking if we get a 5-minute candle close red right here, I'm going to scale in and then just have my stop loss at break even. So we're up $100, almost there. Need 200 more. In hindsight, I probably should have taken at least 2 or 3 contracts on this because we would probably already be passing it already just off of this little push down, but it is what it is. 1 more minute. Since price has been struggling to bounce out of this little 5-minute support levels right here, something to consider that we might have to exit this trade if it does start to show signs of bouncing right where it is right now, which it's kind of showing right now, but I'm gonna wait to see what this last minute does. This does look healthy for my entry model though, for shorts. So the first test would be here, coming back for a retest, and then a rejection candle. If this 5-minute candle closes red, that would be to my entry model. This would have been the FOMO entry after these 2 red candle closes, but this would be the regular entry. So if I was on the XFA, for instance, I would enter this position and then just aim for the lows and then just follow it down kind of. And in fact, I'm learning because I'm going to take this trade on my CFD account while this is loading because it looks healthy to continue dropping. Even though we are in an overall uptrend, I still think this is a big rejection area for US 30. But we'll see. We'll see if it wants to fill this imbalance right here. So I just sold on my live account with Fusion Markets. And then after we get off this account, we'll hop on that. I think that there's going to be a little bit of a bounce here, but we'll see. Come on, keep on pushing. You know we want to fill this little gap. I think I'm going to set my stop to break even right below this 5-minute candle, just because I don't really want to give back any profits. And if we get stopped out for break even, then it's whatever. We'll just enter in another small position to get there, which it looks like it's going to come up and hit it right now. So that's unfortunate. So we'll wait to see how far up this bounce candle wants to go. If it wants to go up to the top or not, then we'll just redo it. We'll just enter in again. And this time I'm just going to close the positions when it goes into like $100 profit. In fact, I'm going to sell it right now. I'm going to do 2 contracts this time, aiming for a quick bounce down. This is kind of risky because if we do get like a random bounce up, I could get stopped out for like $300, which if that happens, then I'll stop doing the stupid little quick trades and actually look for a better setup. Now it's just a waiting game, seeing what's going to happen. If we can surf this little micro price movement and this 5-minute key consolidation zone, if we get like a small little move down before it continues pushing up, if it is gonna push up, then it'll hit our take profit and we'll be done with this XFA account. Like I said, if we get stopped out on this trade, then I'll actually wait for like a better entry that's more fitting to like my actual trading, rather than just trying to surf this small price movement for a quick bounce down to pass it with $300. So we need like $100 more, then we're done. Come on, almost there. You know you want to drop down another $70 for me. Almost there. Oh, we went into 53 or over 53 for a second. Oh, we did it again. So I think there's some type of commissions or fees or something, because we still need like $50 more. I don't think that counts as us passing. Maybe, I don't know. Okay, so maybe I need to make like another 100. I don't know. because there's commissions and fees on the trades. $60 less. So I'm going to sell it. I don't know how much I should be risking, or maybe just over $100. Just trying to surf this stupid little price movement to see if we can get that extra $100. But with this micro price movement, it could easily have a little bounce up and stop us out, like which it's going to do right now, and then it'll put us back. So if we get stopped out here, which it looks like we will, I'm just going to wait for a better entry. And then, so that puts us back down to 58. And this is stupid. Like if you're $40 below, that should count as a pass in my book anyways. Looking for it to bounce down. I said I'll wait for a better entry, but honestly, I'm just going to do one more. See if it can have a weird bounce back down. And then no matter what, if this stupid little micro price movement surf doesn't go in our favor, then I'll actually wait for a better trade opportunity. I moved it down to 250 just because like I don't want it to be like what it did last time, where it hit take profit for the amount where it showed like we were over the 53,000, but then it came back down $40 after it hit it. So I think there was like commissions and fees and stuff on the trades. So I moved it down to 250. So hopefully it keeps on falling. We'll see though. It's funny because if I would have kept my original position, like the first one I took, we probably would have passed right now. So this is kind of stupid. So on my CFD account, we're up $300. I don't like how this candle closed green, but we'll see if it wants to push up. Man, I have more anxiety doing this small micro price surfing than I do taking like my actual entry model. And it's because I don't know what the fuck's going to happen, but I know what the fuck's going to happen with my entry model. So in all seriousness, I'm gambling to get this last $200 or whatever I need. Besides up here, when I entered up here, that was my actual entry model, which it probably would have hit take profit or been around it right now, and we probably would have passed already. So that goes to show that you guys should probably just stick to what you know. But it looks like it's going to push back up, which I don't want it to. If it doesn't show any signs that it's going to close red, this candle, then that's a good sign that it's going to come back up. So it's safe for me to put this at like break even pretty much, because this candle, if it closes green, it means it's going to continue pushing back up, which it did. So we'll see what happens with this next 5-minute candle. And then we'll wait for it to get up to my crosshair if it wants to continue pushing up. But while that's working itself out, let's go look at our other markets. Euro USD daily. Starting to show signs of rejections off of this big macro daily support right here. Let's go down to the 1 hour. Yeah, so it's possible that we buy this. 5-minute. Yeah, this looks healthy as hell for buys actually. Even right now, it's possible that it continues pushing up because we've been consolidating around this price point and we had a big rejection off of it. You could say that we're rejecting back down, but honestly, it's coming down for another retest and it's showing signs of rejections back up. So I'm a firm believer that this will probably continue pushing up. So I might take that on my CFD account. I might even take it on this account too, just because it looks healthier to get us our last $200 than our other ones. So let's look at cable. Cable is pretty much doing the same thing, kind of just consolidating right now. On the 1 hour, it's rejecting off of this big macro daily support as well. 5-minute came back down for a couple of retests. Now it's coming back up. USD CAD rejecting off of this area on the 1 hour. Clearly, it's back in this consolidation zone. It's kind of in the middle of it, so like I wouldn't really want to take positions there. So like the healthiest thing it looks like for myself to enter right now would be the Euro USD buy. So I might do that instead of trying to predict surfing little price areas like that. Yeah, I will need more movement for it to be significant. So I'm going to buy this. So I need like $200. So like I need like a more of a significant move on Euro USD. But the thing is that I'm more confident in trading an actual trade setup to get this $200 than I am, like I said, just trying to surf this price movement right here. Man, the contract size is so small though. I'm gonna buy it again. So now I don't have to hold it for as long, but I'm risking more now, which is fine. Like I said, I'm more confident that this trade on Euro USD is going to be is going to work out compared to it not working out. We'll see though. We'll see if I'm wrong. And the more confirmations we get on this Euro USD trade, I'm going to take this on my CFD account as well. So we're in drawdown now on my CFD account for the US 30 trade, but I'm going to buy this Euro USD, risking 1,000 to make 3,000 on my CFD account. And then, like I said, as we get more confirmations, we got to break out of this key area, and we got to break out of this key area. And for all the people that don't know, like when you're scalping, you have to take in consideration all these little price support resistance levels, because they obviously mean something on the micro time frames. So we're up $40 already. It still looks healthy to continue pushing up, especially since like we're getting clear big rejections off the bottom here. So it looks like it's going to get driven up. Yeah, it's almost not worth it to trade like Euro USD or FX pairs on the combine, because like I said, like you need to have like actual trades. And even if we were in the max amount of contracts I'm allowed to take, it would only be like $500 that we're making on this trade, where the same move on like a Dow trade, like US 30 with 5 contracts, would be like thousands. So it's not really worth it. But like I said, I've been trading Euro USD for a long time, so I know how to trade it. And I'm more confident in getting an actual setup than doing what I was doing with the small price surfing, fucking gambling on that shit, just try to get the $300. So now it's just a waiting game. I'm going to put an alert for just above this red line. I'm going to put an alert down here, so when we go into the drawdown, I know. And then we just wait for this trade to work out. It is later in the session. It's like 2.5 hours past open, because open for me is at 7:30 a.m. and it's 10 a.m. now. And obviously, volatility is going to start to die down a little quicker today because it is Friday, and then also because next week is Christmas week as well. So there's probably not going to be much going on today overall. So like either way, like I missed out on like the main moves today, and that's probably why US 30 is consolidating right now. But either way, even with the reasons like I told you guys, this trade still looks healthy. And if I were you guys, since markets are probably going to be closed next week as well, I would not swing, because you're just paying fees on closed markets. So if you guys are planning on swinging trades, unless you've been holding something for like months on end, there's literally no point of holding trades over Christmas, because you're not going to be gaining anything. You're just going to be losing stuff because of fees and commissions. It's crazy to think that if this was US 30, we would be up like 500 or so dollars, or like $300 right now with one contract. And right now I have two contracts open and I'm only up $80. Crazy. So if we would have held above this red line area, which we clearly didn't, I would have entered in another contract on the Euro USD trade, just so I wouldn't have to hold it all the way up here. I also locked in some risk settings on my account. $350 of personal daily profit, and it'll liquidate my positions once I get to that area. So hopefully that $350, if we hit it, it'll liquidate all my positions, and then I will not have to worry about doing it myself, like manually closing the positions, so that we pass the account pretty automatic. US 30 is like done. It's like donezo until after Christmas, it seems like, because like it's still just consolidating. So like there's no reason for me to be trying to take trades in this. I'm just hoping we get some more movement on this trade so that we can maximize the small price movement that we are trying to milk from the market before Christmas engages. So I think it's just flagging down right now, and then it's going to continue pushing up. For that reason, I might enter in another contract because in my head, volatility is pretty low. Probability of it even filling this gap up to my take profit is probably low. So if we get a candle close above this little red line right here, I might enter in another contract. That's a healthy looking candle right there. If it closes above that red line, there's like no volatility right now. Like look at US 30, just completely died. It's just like floating in this small little price point. It'll probably do that until the end of the session today. So honestly, I'm going to close my US 30 trade. I'm going to be losing money on it. I closed it for $11 loss, but there's also commissions and fees on it. So it's like a couple $100, but that's okay. Euro USD volatility is starting to get to the point of US 30, but hopefully we can have one more push up like we did back here. One more push up and then we're golden. We're just having a problem breaking through this small little 1 minute support resistance level. So we're starting to get a push down now on Euro USD. Who would have thunk the last $300 on the combine would be this much of a hassle? I didn't even have this much trouble making the last $2,800 that I did on the combine. That's crazy. Well, since we're at entry, I'm still a firm believer that this is going to continue going back up, so I might as well max out my contracts. I can get 3 more in here. If we start to show signs of rejections here, which we might be somewhere in here, you best believe it, I'm going to be entering in max contract size, because if we get another bounce back up, hopefully we can lock in at least another $100 profit before volatility completely dies. There's no way this little support level right here was that much of a significant area. If we get a green candle close here on the 1 minute, I'm just going to do it, set my stops to what it is right now, or maybe even reduce risk even more, and then see if I can hit it. Because now we're definitely not going to be making it up to my take profit with the little time and volatility we have now. Who would have thought this would give me this much trouble getting to $300 more profit? Then again, I guess it is kind of dumb to trade right now because there is like no volatility. Since after even open didn't even move. Even open, the movement after during open was like, It had a big push up right here, but other than that, it's been consolidating ever since on Euro US or on US 30. There's a little 1 minute support resistance level right here at my crosshair. If we get a bounce here, I might enter in more contracts. It's crazy. We're only down $68. Like in my head, I'm used to like movements like this being significant. Like on my CFD account, we're in $800 of drawdown, and on the TOPSTEP account, we're only in $40. So like I could care less. If we get a green candle close here, I'm maxing it out, and then I'm gonna play a little bounce up here. Honestly, I don't think we're gonna have any kind of movement other than this, so it's probably just best just to close the trades altogether. So now I just need to get back to where we were, and I'm going to reduce risk quite a bit below these most recent lows. And then if we get stopped out for whatever reason, then I'll just call it a day, just because there's not much volatility, not much going on. And if we do end up at a loss, if this stops us out, we'll be down $100 for the day, and then like I can make $400 on a single move pretty quickly once volatility comes back after Christmas. So it's unfortunate that if we do get stopped out, that I would have to wait till after Christmas to pass the account instead of starting on the XFA after Christmas, like what I was hoping for, but it's all good. Like I said, if we get a small bounce just to fill up back to where we were, it'll get us to the passing point. So hopefully that's what happens. I'm going to set my alerts for right here, so we know where we're going to be getting stopped out at, which is right below these lows. And then I'll set my alert up here for a take profit. And then I'm going to go work on my prop firms and answer a bunch of business emails, because that's what you have to do when you own a business, is you have to answer like 50 emails a day. So I'm going to go about that, and then once one of these alerts gets hit, I'll break down the trade for you guys, and hopefully it's the positive end. So after Christmas, we can start on the XFA, and then instead of making $3,000 of fake money, it'll be $3,000 of real money that we can withdraw, and I can give you guys my honest review of TOPSTEP once that happens. What the fuck? We haven't moved at all, dude. Volatility is dying down. Currently up $100. We need like $80 more, man. So we need these last two candles to close green, and hopefully we can get to the passing point. But it seems like markets are dying pretty dang quick here. So let's see if we can get this final push up that we need. If not, looks like we're probably going to be a couple dollars short from passing the account. So just got hit. Take profit just got hit. Let's see if that's a pass or not. Let's go to my dashboard, and then let's see if we pass the account. Boom, that's the account passed, I think. I think we just need to wait for this day to end, and then obviously since the balances get updated after every single day, so we made the profit target. I think we just got to wait till tomorrow or when the servers reset for it to tell us that we passed. See what happens with the trade on my CFD account. Okay, so we're on my CFD account now with my live account with Fusion Markets. And clearly we got take profit hit on the TOPSTEP account. We could still be in it, and we're still in it on the CFD account. We're currently up $1,700. Still looks healthy to continue pushing up, but like I said, volatility is going to start dying down. So I'm just going to trail my stop pretty dang tight, and hopefully it stops us out soon. so that I can go about my day because it's Friday. Got plans, got Christmas plans. Don't want to be sitting here looking at the charts and talking to a webcam for much longer. So yeah, I trailed my stop to $1,500. My trailed stop is pretty much right here. So it's pretty tight. That eliminates our risk. So no matter what, we're making $1,500 on this trade. It's kind of just raging. Volatility came out of nowhere, which it kind of makes sense because usually there's a massive spike of volatility and orders coming in right before volatility overall dies down because it is right before the holidays. So there is going to be an influx of orders coming in of the swing traders or whatever else. So we're up $2,000 now. And honestly, I might just close it. I closed the trade. $2,000. I'm good with locking that in. They'll recoup some of the Christmas spending money I spent the last couple of days and what I will be spending the last couple more days until Christmas happens. So I'm going to journal this trade and then I'm going to break down the trades we took today one last time for you guys. So the first trade was this US 30 sell, pretty much closed for break even just because volatility in the US based markets are pretty much dead because it is Friday and it's the Friday before the Christmas weekend. So volatility is going to die down pretty dang quick on Friday, which is today. But pretty much the analysis was we had a big rejection off this macro daily support and we started to show signs of rejections down here, which we have done in the past 2 days. It's more clear on the smaller time frames. Big rejection here, big rejection here. And both of these days we caught the sells. And today it doesn't seem like there is much sign of rejection just yet. But on the smaller time frames, you can see that we've kind of been consolidating, bouncing off the top of it, back down a couple times, and that's what we were trying to play off of, especially on the TOPSTEP account. It didn't really go too well on the TOPSTEP account, and obviously it didn't move at all for the live account on the CFD market, so I just closed it for pretty much break even. I didn't add in the fees on this trade, but it's like over $100, so this is like $100 loss. And then the second trade, let's go take a look at that. The second trade was this Euro USD trade. It played exactly to my entry model. We started to show signs of rejections back up off of this massive macro daily support resistance level. It's more clear on the smaller time frames that you guys can see that we played exactly to my entry model a few times that we could have bought off of, where it comes down, rejects off of the support resistance level, comes back down for another retest, and then starts to show signs of rejections back up. And that's exactly the reason why we took the trade right here. And it came back down for another small retest of these small levels right here. But overall, it assumed the overall analysis like my entry model said it would, and it raged back up at the last moment here. We closed it. This is the trade that also took us out for the profit to pass the 50K trading combine with TOPSTEP. So after the Christmas weekend, we'll be on the XFA, and that means that we are eligible for payouts on that account after Christmas. And then obviously you guys seen me manually close this trade for $2,025, not including fees and stuff. So overall for the day, 2 trades, 1 win, 1 loss. Net P&L is $2,013. Not too bad of a trading day for not much volatility going into the Christmas week and for it being Friday before that. But overall, if you guys like this type of video, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and then also join my Discord if you guys want real-time updates about all the trades I'm taking and how I've been absolutely slaughtering this month, as you guys can see. Currently up 16 grand on this account, and we have yet to have a red day on this account. We've had a red day on the TOPSTEP account, but that's fake money. This is live money. Anyways, take care. Have a good Christmas holidays, and don't do anything I wouldn't, which isn't much.